Oh, hello, handmaiden.
I have been waiting for you, Lady Cyrus.
A beautifully dressed woman greeted me as soon as I opened the door. She bowed toward me silently, and in my confusion, I did the same. Hello there. Is there something I can do for you?
I have been instructed by King Jeremy to assist with changing your clothes. Please, allow me.
Alright, get to see these guys in their outfits. All of them this time, hopefully. I think we missed Yune last time? I think we saw Elt and Enos's when we did Ulrich's route, but I don't think we ever saw Yune. me and Elkreed at the same time are like, ooh, clothing! What is everyone gonna look like? I love it.
This is so exciting. I can't wait to see what Cyrus looks like.
What is there to be excited about? It's just a change of clothes.
You don't get it at all, Heine. You're straight-laced to a fault. Whatever she's wearing, I'm sure it will be lovely. Something short would be appealing, but on the other hand, modesty has its own unique charms.
That's true, you were the one that made her wear a miniskirt, so... There he is! He's got a little hat! Hold on. This is the wrong button. No. Close. How do I get you to... No? There we go. Finally. I was so excited. I didn't know what button to press. I like this. I forget about my wild gesturing in this game. I'm sorry. I just really like the colors of Yune's outfit, okay? Sue me.
I didn't realize you thought about her that way.
Yune, are you blind?
Of course I do. I'm a man, after all.
What does that make me? Or me?
Oh, come on. All men have ulterior motives. It's just our nature. Let's stop pretending.
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
Cyrus.
This music. Oh, this music. Hello. Elkreed? What's wrong?
I'm sorry. You were so captivating that my heart skipped 3 or 4 beats.
That can't be good for you. What were you talking about just before I came out? You're going to stop pretending something?
Oh, Elkreed said that all men...
Ina's just like straight out with it. Wonderful.
Hey, look at that! There's a camel that looks just like Brandenburg. Maybe they're distant relatives. How cute!
Did you just say that Soxon looks like a camel? Stop, but you're kind of right, though.
What are you talking about? Do you really expect us to fall for... Oh hey, you're right.
Wait, I want to see this camel now!
You know I can never tell a lie. But what good fortune to spot that camel just now. Even in a distant land, Lady Luck continues to smile on me. Forget what we were just talking about. It was nothing important.
Alright. After discussing it with the group, we decided to spend the rest of the day resting at the palace. I could hear soldiers barking out orders every now and then. They seemed to be doing training drills. Alright. Now, was that the end of our first night? Ah. Jeremy by the fountain. You're still here, my king.
I cannot seem to fall asleep. What's the situation?
Unchanged. Grendel continues to send envoys to our neighboring countries. They have even occupied the border zones.
Savages.
I couldn't agree more. We've strengthened the palace's defenses to prevent infiltration by spies, but... Are you certain it was wise to grant entry to those suspicious outsiders today? Especially with King Jevite indisposed, it doesn't seem...
There are only 4 of them. Tensions are not so fraught that we cannot accommodate 4 people. At least for now. Ruling a country is about more than wars and territorial disputes. Our duty is to protect the peace for those who live within our borders. Even soldiers have lives and families. Living in a desert makes trade a necessity. If we wall ourselves in, our country will suffer and ultimately fall. Maintain the defenses on our borders, but treat the travelers as you have been.
At once, Your Highness. It will be hard on the men, but I'll let them know.
Yes, the situation has been hard on all of us.
Good on you, Jeremy. Partially obscured moon, eh?
My ineffectiveness has caused nothing but trouble.
Uh-oh. I was trying to get a little peek at Jeremy. In advance. Love to see it. It had been an exhausting day. As I relaxed into my bed and shut my eyes, my mind raced with thoughts of what lay in store. They told us we're free to do as we please, but I'm having trouble deciding. Just then, an idea popped into my head. Yes? Why do I feel like it involves Elt? Several days after our arrival in Cainable. Well, look who it is. Speak of the devil.
Cyrus, would you like to go out with me?
Like out for a jaunt or out for a date? What?
Oh, I'm sorry. That came out wrong. Actually, I said it that way on purpose to see if an opportunity might present itself, but as expected, you refused to play along.
I don't know. I will say that if anybody else had asked her that, she probably would have just been like, where to? But with you, she's always on guard, like, do you mean in a romantic way or just like, we're chilling? Like, what's going on? So, you know what? For what it's worth, you do get a girl thinking about along romance lines some of the time.
Would you like to go out with me? I'm planning to head into town.
In that case, yes, I'd be happy to escort you.
Thank you. My life is in your hands, my knight.
Aw, my knight. That brings back memories.
This is such an unoriginal question, but have you gotten used to this place yet?
Everything but the wild temperature swings. Considering how hot it is during the daytime, it never fails to surprise me how cold the mornings and evenings are.
I know exactly what you mean. I have such a hard time getting up each morning. I end up staying in bed until the last possible moment.
I just try to get up at the same time every day. Ah, now I see. Is that why you're always the last one out of your room? I thought maybe you were working late at night.
Whoops, my secret's out. I mean, yes, work prevents me from sleeping. The word lazy doesn't exist in my vocabulary. I was only kidding a moment ago.
You can drop the act. I understand what it's like, not being able to drag yourself out of bed. It's nice to know that someone as perfect as you has that side to him.
Perfect? Do you really think I'm...
Those aren't my words, they're yours. You're always describing yourself as perfect.
I suppose I am, aren't I? I keep hoping if I say it enough times it will become true, but that's not how it's worked out so far. Well, anyway, even if you're just repeating my own words back to me, I'm glad you recognize me for the perfect man I am. It's what I've always hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think of this?
And what does it do exactly?
It serves two functions. First, it's a standard writing implement. It can accept ink cartridges, but in the absence of one, it still functions as a dip pen. To separate the cartridge, just remove this cap from the back. Then if I release this little clasp here, ta-da! It becomes a handy pair of scissors.
Scissors and a pen in one? What the... Wow.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to elicit a reaction from you. What a lovely surprise.
Ah, sorry to interrupt. I just didn't know it could do that. Huh. Even your friend's never seen one before. Interesting. How much?
Let me see. Would you be willing to trade something reasonably priced from your shop? I intend to present it to the king as a tribute. I'll be sure to mention your shop's name.
A tribute, huh? Alright, let me look around. Something reasonably priced. That's an odd request.
Isn't it exciting? I can't wait to see what he brings out. I'm more interested in the shopkeeper's response than the item itself. What will he foist on an ignorant outsider as a tribute to the king? There are 1,000,001 different ways to think about it. I'm incredibly curious.
Aren't you worried he might try to cheat you?
It's certainly possible, but I don't think I have any reason to be concerned. That's just one part of the equation. He could bring me a rock from the side of the road and I would happily accept it. Besides, this is just a common writing implement from Libralitas that any child could buy. It's of no significance to me. But in this country, it might be regarded as something rare and valuable. I just can't get over how fascinating all this is. Jewels are an extravagance to us, but in Cainable they're practically worthless. If I were a less scrupulous trader, I would gather up all that I could and sell them throughout the depths. Of course, I would start with the districts outside of Libralitas, just to see how the market would respond.
Elkreid's always plotting and thinking. Yep, he's very much a businessman, but I think he's also having some fun. Hey, there we go. You seem to be enjoying yourself, Elkreid.
That's because I am. I've never played the part of a traveling merchant before, and it's not often I get to experience a culture with such wildly different values.
Not even in your travels between the depths and the heights?
When there were just two worlds, when the depths and the heights were all I knew, the differences between them seemed vast. But compared to Cainable, those differences are hardly more than a rounding error. Take the jewels as an example. In the heights and depths alike, they're seen as inherently valuable, but to the people of this country, they're scarcely worth the time they take to gather. I've realized something painfully obvious as I've grown older. At the end of the day, a precious stone is still just a stone. They can't fill your stomach, and they won't protect you from an attacker's weapon. So why are they so precious to us on the opposite side of the fog? Because people, and society in general, have attached value to them. It's arbitrary and artificial. They're rare and beautiful, a symbol of wealth that brings joy. Those are the only reasons. I'm sorry. This is hardly the sort of thing I should be talking about in the middle of a date.
A date?
When a man and a woman go out together, I consider that a date. Don't you? It's fine if you don't, but I still wanted you to keep that thought in mind. At least half as much as it is on mine.
Uh-huh. He's always planning. Like, maybe today's the day I get to date-o her. And Cyrus is always like, my pearls.
Thank you for everything, Cyrus. You've helped make this day very productive. If I could, I'd ask to have you all to myself again tomorrow. But unfortunately, I already have plans. What a shame.
So do I, but I appreciate the invitation. I got to see the city from a different point of view. I really learned a lot. Well, you got a giggle out of her. She enjoyed her time with you, yay.
I'm glad to hear that. Here, please accept this as a token of my appreciation for your help today.
This bracelet? Weren't you going to present it to the king?
That was just for the shopkeeper's benefit. If I offered the king something that could easily be purchased in town, he might doubt my sincerity. And I think the flower pattern will look much better on your lovely wrist.
Thank you. Oh no, I know what this is. How to react when a member of the opposite sex presents you with a gift after an outing together. She's like accessing all the classes that I went to. I had learned about tricky situations like this, but I'd never really given it that much thought. What do I do? I can't think of anything to say. I feel like a simple thank you isn't enough here. You're so kind to everyone, Elkreid.
I what?
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't think that came out right. It's just a much nicer present than I'm used to, and you went out of your way to give it to me, so I figured you must be accustomed to giving people things like this. I'm sorry, I just seem to be digging myself deeper.
Not at all. Please don't worry yourself. It just took me a moment to understand what you were trying to say, that's all. Yes. I'm nice to everyone. I believe you should always return kindness with kindness, no matter the person. Especially if you're in a position of authority. It's only fair that you treat all people equally. In fact, my generosity often makes me the subject of ridicule, but I don't mind. I'm proud of it. You may interpret my gesture however you like, but it was my intention all along to give this bracelet to you. Not just as a token of my gratitude, but because I believe it suits you. And I secretly hoped that it would make you happy and that you might begin to see me in a different light. But it seems my strategy has failed. Knights are such formidable adversaries. Anyway, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Good night. Cyrus may be the most formidable adversary of a knight. Or Inez, one of the two. He is nice to everyone. Even he acknowledged that. The present was just an extension of his kindness, but it was also more than that. When he said a different light, did he mean... No, that's just Elcreed being Elcreed. He was only teasing me to get a reaction. That's what I chose to believe. Seeing it as anything else would only get in the way of my duty. Girl, I could shake your duty out of you. That sounds wrong, actually. Oh no! That came out so badly. Well, I'm gonna go jump into the hole that Cyrus dug earlier. I'm here to safeguard our party. I can't lose sight of that. I decided to follow Elcreed's unflappable example. Yep. Doing my duty. Alright, Elcreed, how long are your POVs? Are they longer than 2 lines? I must know.
I'm so kind to everyone, eh? I see. To be fair, she wasn't wrong. I'd even agreed with her. But for her to respond to my overtures like that... Goodness, women from the Heights certainly are a challenge. Then again, maybe she's just unique. Now that I was visiting the Heights more often, I had plenty of opportunities to familiarize myself with the women there. Save, of course, for the ones who looked down on me as a vulgar man from the depths.
Rude.
They tended to be less experienced in matters of love and more easily shaken, but other than that, there wasn't much difference between Heights women and Depths women. And yet, Cyrus is different still in that regard. While most women from the Heights are happy to choose their own partners and fall in love easily, she marches to the beat of her own drum. Her true love is her job. That's something the two of us have in common. I can't help but wonder, what sort of man can steal her heart? What sort of behavior will capture her attention? Well, perhaps I've yielded to my earthly desires enough for today. I found Cyrus to be a refreshing change of pace. I decided to bask in that feeling until it was time for bed. I wasn't able to gather much information in town. The people here seem to have virtually no interest in politics. Some of them couldn't even tell me the king's name. True knowledge is knowing what you don't know. I always get excited when an opportunity to learn presents itself. If you try to do 2 things at once, you'll do well at neither. Let's just focus on one thing at a time.
Alright, well, we got a little more insight from Elcreed than Ulrich, I think. I'll accept it. Even if he's like, she is perplexing. It had been some time since our arrival in Cainable. We just received a report that King Jevite would be returning to duty. Okay. Interesting. So, I have so many questions about the Jevite thing, right? Cyrus wasn't here, so how did they save Jevite from bleeding out. Secondly, when Elcreed came, right after that, everybody met in the throne room, but we still have yet to meet the other party. So, what's the situation of why that changed? I got so many questions.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means we'll be able to reunite with the advance party. Ah, finally! At long last! I've waited so long for this day to come. I was growing so tired of waiting, I very nearly turned to dust.
You're awfully happy, Elcreed.
Why, naturally! Isn't everyone? What about you, Cyrus? Aren't you excited to see Ulrich? Aren't you?
Of course. I've been worried about them. We've been in the same building, but we can't even hear their voices.
Oh, but we can hear them.
Huh? Where?
From the south end of the courtyard. If you press your ear against the wall, you might just be lucky enough to catch someone.
So it's totally random. That sounds an awful lot like spying.
I'm insulted. I disregard anything I'm not supposed to hear, and most conversations are so muffled I can't even make them out anyway. On one occasion, I did hear them casually discussing dinner. Imagine, a group of 3 grown men discussing food, of all things. I just had to laugh.
I'm sorry, this coming from the man who's constantly talking about pasta? Pot calling the kettle black much?
Excuse me, everyone. I see you're all gathered here. King Jeremy has summoned you. Please proceed at once to the throne room.
That's some suspicious timing. Elcreed, did you know about this?
Yes, I knew all along. Wouldn't that be something? No, it's just a coincidence. I wonder what he wants from us. I hope it's so we can reunite with Ulrich and the others.
It's so cute how Elt is so excited to see Ulrich. Okay, maybe we are actually having the confrontation with the Queen Mother today.
Your Highness, Ashnawar Lavalis Jeremy have arrived.
Very good.
I followed Elcreed's example and bowed. When I raised my head again, I saw... No, Jevite's already sitting down. Okay, this is playing out differently already. Is that King Jevite? A young man was seated in the long vacant throne. He looked spirited and gave off a completely different aura than King Jeremy. He waved casually in our direction before straightening up in his seat. It's been so long since I've seen Jevite, I'm like, what was his voice again? Okay, I remember.
Hello, guests of the Wise King. Sorry for going so long without introducing myself. I suspect you already know a good deal about me, so I'll keep this brief. I'm Jevite, the other king in charge of this country. You're a group of explorers, right? I've been taking care of your friends. You were originally supposed to reunite as soon as you arrived here, but I'm afraid the delay was my fault.
Not at all. We heard about the attack. It's good to see that you've recovered.
Indeed, thanks to your friends. I would be dead right now if not for them. The jury's still out on whether that's a good thing. King Jevite. Ah, sorry. We're here for a reason, aren't we? Bring in the other honored guests.
Yes, sir. Ashnawar Lavalis Jevite, enter.
Ah! Ulrich! Adage! Finn!
Oh, hey. It's been a while. I wasn't sure what sort of face I should make when I saw you.
Yeah? So you went for like, I might be sick? I'm happy to see you too, Ulrich.
You should be smiling ear to ear, of course. I love my real Ulrich 100 times more than any imitation.
Yeah?
Huh? What are you talking about, imitations? It sounds creepy.
Oh my, were you imagining something scandalous? Unfortunately, it's entirely wholesome. I meant these sketches of your likeness I drew up.
You would try this face! What have you been doing with those sketches, Elcreed? Scandalous. Wow, they look just like him.
Don't they? I thought since I couldn't be with him in person, I should just make my own version, but I admit I got a little carried away. I like drawings. I can make Ulrich do whatever I want in them. Look at this one. He's saying, "I love you, Elt," with a heart and everything.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy the Elton Ulrich bromance is still like such a strong part of this game. I love them so much.
How did you get even more sickening while we were apart? You're an idiot. Burn that thing right now.
I'm afraid it wouldn't do any good. I can mass produce as many as I want.
Uh-oh. King Jeremy looks so confused. Elcreed, Ulrich, maybe you can save the cheerful reunions for later?
There's nothing cheerful about it.
Then I will be cheerful enough for the both of us, Ulrich.
I like that Jeremy's like, are they flirting right now? Like, what's happening? Even Jevite's like, aw man, I was just getting into it. Excellent.
Oh, is that it? I was rather enjoying myself.
Yes, I apologize for letting things get so out of hand.
Not at all. I could have watched you go on like that all day. If only I had the power to freeze time. King Jevite. I'm afraid I have something I must confide in you. It's quite important. Then perhaps we should retreat to the royal chamber. No. Right here is fine. I don't think it will go well if it's just the two of us. You're too soft. Let's see, where do I even start? I'm not usually this nervous. It's just so... I don't know if pathetic is the right word. Or like baffling, really. Anyway, the one behind the attack on yours truly was Maeve. Queen Mother Maeve.
Interesting. Okay, so we're seeing you talk to your brother. Because, I mean, you obviously informed Jeremy about this before you stabbed her last time. But you're actually telling him in front of everyone this time around.
And there's more. She's the one who killed the previous king, too. I'm afraid sorry won't cut it here. I'm not looking for an apology. Nothing can make up for her heinous acts, but I have come up with a way to set things right. Maeve must be put to death, and I will step down from the throne and leave this country. But why? You had nothing to do with it. I may not have participated in her crimes, but I'm just as guilty. Maeve killed the previous king because she wanted me to take the throne.
You are not guilty for being a pawn in someone else's scheme. Jevite, come on now.
If not for me, none of this would have happened. I'm truly sorry. It's despicable. I'm prepared to offer up my life if you wish. You can make an example of me or do whatever you think is best. Where is Queen Mother Maeve now? In her room under guard. I see. Place King Jevite under arrest. Confine him and the Queen Mother to separate prison cells. Huh? What are you talking about? She should be executed. She killed your father, our country's king, for her own ambition. Ridiculous. Taking her alive won't bring him back. Even so, I'm telling you, you have no other choice. Mind your tongue. You have surrendered your right to speak. No one is to be killed. That is my ruling. I will decide upon your abdication later. For now, give yourself up quietly. You're making a mistake, you know. You should have killed us both. Understood. Your warning is appreciated. Farewell, King Jevite.
Awkward. Man, these brothers. They can't seem to agree on anything.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more thing. Please look out for them. My honored guests. As my last act as king... Ugh, that sounds so dramatic. I asked them here so I could entrust them to you. I will see they are taken care of. Thank you. This isn't how I wanted to step down, but you are the true king of Cain Abel, brother. Although I doubt you care to hear that from me. Nevertheless, do not forget it.
What on earth is going on? Cyrus is just like, I'm sorry, what did I walk into? As I stood on the sidelines, there was no one to answer. No one to even ask all the countless questions that were bubbling up inside me. The younger king was beaming as the guards escorted him away. The elder king appeared grim as he watched them go. Excuse me. None of it made any sense. There was the sound of a door closing, followed by receding footsteps, then total silence. That handful of seconds felt like an eternity.
I have nothing more to say right now. The conditions of your stay will remain unchanged until things have settled down. That is all.
King Jeremy said before disappearing behind a curtain. The tension was broken and the guards separated us again.
Come this way, Ashnoir Lavalis Jeremy.
But we were finally all back together.
What's that look for? He said it's just until things settle down, right? We'll get to see each other then.
That's such a wonderful response, Ulrich. You've really grown. It makes me proud as your guardian.
Don't go getting any funny ideas. Hey Cyrus, break his nose for me.
I got you, boo. Leaving Ulrich and the others behind, we made our way down the hall to the common area. Maybe it was the guards at our side, or maybe everyone was having trouble processing the situation, but no one said another word. Even Elkreed was speechless. The desert wind, which was always so hot and suffocating, seemed strangely cold just then.